According to Center for Immigration Studies, there are quite a lot of, we're looking at anywhere between 350,000 to 400,000 children born annually to illegal alien mothers residing in the U.S. You've written about this, as many as 1 in 10 births nationwide. What is the economic impact of this?
Well, it's frankly enormous, and it's one of the things that I think has been undercovered, which is why I sort of tried to put some numbers to it. And it's difficult to sort out sort of the costs of illegal immigration, generally from the costs of anchor babies, from the costs of birth tourism. All of these three are sort of related, but not all synonymous. But the question of anchor babies, the 300 to 400,000 children born to illegal aliens every year in the country, some of those are certainly anchor babies, and the question is, how much are they costing in health care at the moment of birth? How much are they costing long-term in terms of public schooling, and how much welfare is going to these families? And so the USDA puts out every year an approximate number for how much it's going to cost to raise a child if you give birth that year. And so in 2013, the inflation-adjusted number was right around $300,000. If you take into account the fact that the vast majority of illegal alien families with children are at or near the poverty line and are receiving welfare, then extrapolate that $300,000 out over hundreds of thousands of children over the course of several years, and you can get in the ballpark of how much this is costing the taxpayer.
That's quite a lot, and a lot of this government assistance is virtually guaranteed, you write as well. A lot of these families who've entered illegally, they're able to access these programs, and it's an entitlement.
Right. So. Exactly. So the problem is there have been efforts, of course, to target welfare that's going to illegal aliens, but it's only so effective if the welfare is being channeled through the anchor child.
Right.
As a citizen, they're entitled to all of these programs, the SNAP, SSI, any of these variety of welfare programs, and so of course it's going to the benefit of the whole family, and you can't cut it off because they're American citizens. So you have to address the problem. If you want to address the problem, you have to address it at the root, which is the anchor baby himself.
Yeah. And this has created a huge birth tourism. I know the Wall Street Journal had written about this. I think this was a couple of years ago or a year ago. The Rolling Stone has an article out about a week ago. Welcome to Maternity Hotel California, a full-service stay inside the Chinese birth tourism boom. Because Jeb Bush had gotten himself into some trouble when he had remarked on Donald Trump's anchor baby phrase, and then he was saying, well, it relates mainly to those from Asia as opposed to Hispanics, and now he's being roundly criticized and condemned for it. But when I read this Rolling Stone article, Ian, it seems as though that it's kind of, and I'm not saying this to cheerlead for Jeb Bush, but it seems as though that it's kind of confirming a little bit of what he has been saying. Give us some insight into this.
Yeah, so these are the related phenomena that I talked about at the beginning. Anchor babies are, when we're referring to them, are children born to illegal alien parents for the purpose of getting these children citizenship and then acquiring the benefits that accrue. Birth tourism typically pertains to persons of some means, often overseas, most frequently China and Taiwan, who are able to obtain temporary visas to come to the United States. There are basically underground maternity hotels set up for them. They come over, have their child, stay around long enough to secure citizenship, get a passport for the child, etc. Some of them go home, some of them stay on prolonged visas, of course, like immigrants from Latin America and from elsewhere.